What's up, you guys? Pongroomproductions coming back at y'all with another movie review video. And we saw Bad Boys Ride or Die, Bad Boys 4. Mike, you can go ahead and start with your impressions.
Wow. We just literally got back from the movie, so I haven't even had a second to process.
Yeah.
A number first? Should I go
Yeah,
with?
right out the gate. You know how it goes.
Darn it.
Right out the gate.
I'm going to say, are we doing half points?
Yes.
I'll go 6.5.
Okay.
6.5.
Okay.
And it might, you could maybe even get me to go to a 7, but I'm going to stick with 6.5 right now.
Interesting.
So I would say it's kind of, there's a lot of annoying camera stuff in this movie.
Okay.
I don't know, was it Michael Bay was the director? Or
No, Michael Bay
just
was
made an appearance.
Yeah,
He made
Michael
like
Bay was not the director, but he did do a little cameo.
He had a little cameo, which
Yeah.
is like a callback to like the first or second movie, whatever.
Yeah.
So the action, there was some interesting action sequences. I don't know if it was original, but it was interesting. It made me like raise my eyebrow. There were some laughs. The
Yes.
audience reacted. I laughed.
Definitely funny moments.
There were some funny moments.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence as the
he was a little over the top. I'm sorry.
Well, I feel like that was potentially they were just saying be funny, be funny, be funny, be funny.
It was a little.
Yeah.
There was a lot of misses.
There were
a lot of
yes,
misses.
there were a few that didn't hit, but when they did hit,
a lot that didn't hit, but then a couple hit, and it was like, okay,
a couple
all right,
hit.
you got
but
it.
That's a perfect example of comedic timing, and of course, less is more. You know what I mean?
There should have been a lot less.
Yeah,
a lot less.
less is more.
Less is more for sure.
Being those funniest moments, they probably they had to have done a test where
They have like
know,
multiple shots and they'll have a test audience, all that stuff.
They could have been like, this one didn't hit, that one hit.
Let's go with this one.
Yeah,
it's
just
like, it's like a stand-up comedian.
But people, each person has their own different sense of humor, so they could have found all of it funny. They could have found none of it funny. But
how many do you think there was? Like 4 or 5 like laughs in the audience?
I say
like,
the
audience reacted.
I say there was 3 solid laughing moments. And the rest were just, chuckle. Yeah, it was like, meh.
So I gave it a 6.5. I didn't see the third one, but I was able to catch up. They made it so that you understood what was happening. And I was like,
I'm going to give this movie right out the gate, I'm going to give it a 6. I was thinking about a 6.5 also, but I was like, if it's a 6.5, maybe I should bump it to a 7. But I was thinking to myself, there were some continuity errors.
Oh my God.
Guess what they were?
Continuity. Something with the guns?
The gun stuff.
What'd they do?
First of all, let me just get this off my chest. If you're going to, these movies have huge budgets, okay?
They have to have a gun expert.
They have huge budgets.
They must have gun experts.
It's not like they're like, listen, guys, we got a small budget this year.
This is a huge budget movie.
If you guys got the millions, dish out the money to make everything realistic. They
have consultants. It's them who screwed up.
But hold on. There are a few moments in this movie where there are close up, slow motion, take the shot moments, and it's just the guns don't do the recoil. It's not it's digital CGI. It's like they're holding laser guns and they're just doing this, and it's just nothing.
What is it, like no muzzle flash? I mean, there's no ejecting of the cartridge?
No, there's none of that. It's just...
Don't these new guns have less recoil?
But then in some scenes, there are that. So it's like you took the time to make it realistic in this scene, but then 2 minutes later, not realistic, and you messed up and fumbled the CGI. It's just like, guys.
Don't they make some guns that recoil less?
It's just like they can use an airsoft gun for real, that costs not that much. Just all airsoft guns, and it's just like there's nothing coming out, and they look realistic.
Blanks. Why don't they use blanks? Maybe they're too dangerous now.
No, even if you use a real gun with a real blank, yeah, sure, it's a real gun that probably costs a lot of money and this and that. But if you just get an airsoft gun, a full metal airsoft gun that has CO2, it does everything. It's super realistic and it doesn't hurt nobody.
I don't know.
And I'm sure a couple of these prop guns got to be fake airsoft guns. You know what I mean?
I don't know what they do, man.
It just takes away from the movie.
Did you like that close up, that one gun?
No.
It was like, you didn't like the way that gun looked? It had like some stuff under the barrel. I'm not a gun person.
Yeah, the bad guy's weapon?
No, it was Mike Lowry, Will Smith's gun. And they had a lot of close ups of it. It was like silver.
There were definitely some close ups of some weapons. I'm sure they got paid good money to
You
have.
think it was like appearance fees
had
or
to
whatever?
be,
What do you call it?
yeah.
Like a promotional thing or something?
What do they call it?
Did you
Product
recognize them?
placement. Product placement.
Yeah.
Bud Light with a huge product placement.
Light.
You know, with the American flag hat, and they're just like, we got to save Bud Light.
Bud Light.
We got to just remember.
And Reba.
Oh, yeah. Reba.
It would have been a funnier moment if he actually did know a Reba song.
Yeah,
that would have been
yeah.
a better way to go with that joke.
Yeah, instead
you
of
know?
being like,
and he'd be like, "What? You know that song?"
Yeah,
Like,
that'd have been
Reba.
like, of course, it's culture. We know all good music.
It's cross-cultural.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
that's
music
right.
is good music.
Exactly.
That would have been funny. Hitting another missed opportunity there.
So you were writing for you.
Yeah. We're going on 5 minutes. We can go in a little further. Just this movie with the continuity errors of the weapon stuff.
Is that a continuity error? A continuity error?
Yes,
is
because
when...
in some situations the weapon was doing it,
I see
and
what
then
you
in others
mean.
there weren't. So it's like
one shot and then it's a different shot.
there was a slow motion moment where it looked like even the recoil of the weapons were CGI. If
They
you,
can,
it just
maybe it's just too dangerous because with the flash can hit him in
because
the
they're
eye.
just it's just a one scene of it. There's never a
but
close,
like the ejection of all the stuff.
Watch John Wick 1. It's the
But that's not all real.
Yeah, sure. No, a lot of it was, but
really
a lot of it.
I mean, like
yes.
real blanks or whatever.
Yes, I understand they're dangerous, but it's just like get a airsoft weapon for crying out loud.
I have
something.
no idea. It'd be interesting. We should do a deep dive on like how these gun experts on the
It'd be interesting to like interview
they have a name
stunt
for
man
it.
that
Remember Alec Baldwin, that whole thing,
Yeah,
and they called
yeah.
it a gunsmith or what do they call them?
I mean, look, I understand.
They had one on the set, and that was a low budget.
I
movie.
understand why Hollywood is nervous about
because these are huge stars.
And I understand the Alec Baldwin thing. That was a real tragedy.
It's not about that, I don't think so much.
They're a little nervous about it though. Like, come on, how you can't really mess up.
They'll probably be like no blanks.
What about with the movie The Crow coming out? There was a whole, with that's how.
Oh, you mean like Justin Lee?
Yeah,
wait,
Jason
Lee.
He accidentally.
Was it Jason Lee? What was his name?
Don't know.
Bruce Lee's son.
He accidentally got
Jason
shot.
Lee?
You know what I mean? On a movie set.
Brandon Lee
Accidentally got shot. And
he did.
There are times.
Was that a blank? I think it was a blank, and it was something in it.
It was a real bullet.
I don't think it was real. I think it was a blank that had something in it accidentally.
I don't know, but
maybe it was a real bullet.
I don't know.
Forget.
I don't know the details of that.
Like 30
That's a
years
whole
ago.
conspiracy theory.
Oh, it's a conspiracy. I didn't know there was conspiracy theory about that.
Yeah.
Who's they?
That's the biggest question. Who is
they?
That's the one that always seems to go unanswered.
It was they.
They, the man.
He was too big. He had to be brought down. Brandon Lee
in the Crow. Let's not crap on their legacy.
Sorry. I love Brandon Lee. I loved him. I thought he was amazing.
R.I.P. to the Bruce Lees.
R.I.P.
to the Lee.
To the Lee family. Yeah.
Where were we? Just the continuity errors of Bad Boys 4. I also feel like this movie should have been made years ago. It gave me a late 90s, early 2000s vibe, which is of course when the first couple movies came out. Yeah, but it just seems like some of the scenes were copy paste.
What would you think about the story, the directing, the shots, the action?
We're going on 8.
Relax.
I just don't like talking about this movie. It just seems like
you did give it a 6. That is pretty low. Yeah.
I mean, look, there were a lot of people in the movie theater. It's going to make some money. It has some star power.
Sure.
People like the Bad Boys. I guess you call it a franchise now.
Yeah, gotta be. It's 4 of them. Yeah,
it's 4 of them. It just seems like Hollywood's running out of ideas. Let me just I gotta say this.
Do it.
With Will Smith, there seems to be a little bit of we're self-aware. I don't know when they filmed this movie, but it may have been after the Chris Rock slap.
It had to be after.
And also the marriage scene was very heavy in the very beginning about how much Will Smith was like, and the wife was reading the vows of how I will always be behind, like, and then like and that like nonetheless you're gonna go through a storm, Will Smith, his character, but you're a good person, you know what I mean? And that seems like a little bit self-aware. And then when Martin Lawrence slapped him multiple times.
You think the slapping
it was like a get back at him on screen.
I didn't even read it that way.
Humiliate him. Will Smith is getting slapped.
And it's a comedian smacking
and it's
him.
like, and it's kind of like a I'm sorry, slap me for like an apology.
I didn't even think that.
But then the whole Jada Pinkett Smith thing with the marriage of them, because you can tell he
cheated or they had an open marriage?
Both,
they have an open
I don't
marriage.
know the details,
I don't
but
know much about
it's
it.
a toxic marriage.
Toxic.
And I feel sorry for them. being in a trap situation, but I don't.
That's an
at the same
interesting
time.
angle. I don't know if it really was their intention, but someone must have been thinking it.
I
as he was
think
getting
they were
smacked.
like, "Listen, Will, this is your moment to kind of
atone
fourth
for,
wall break." Yeah,
I mean, someone must have thought that. Yeah, you thought it.
I
so
thought
someone
it.
on the set must have been like,
someone
"Whoa,
would
this
have
is
been
meta.
like,
This is weird."
Slap him more than once. Yeah,
it was a good moment.
And
it was a good. The audience loved it. The audience
and
loved
I
that
wish I
moment.
can pull up because it'll give the feedback. But like a photo of younger Jada Pinkett Smith, and then have the scene and like an image of the wife. There
You think
has
they look
to.
the same?
I don't know. I don't know. But maybe if we're lucky.
No.
But
No.
that maybe I'm too much asking for too much there. But it did seem a little bit like
No, she didn't look like her.
the marriage scene was. Of course, it goes with the character and the storyline.
Yeah.
But of course, it's just
Well,
like
she's
it's a
British.
little.
I don't know where she. See, I didn't see the third one. Where did she come from?
We're
Was
past
she in the
10.
third? Was she in the third one? You think we're under the gun?
I know. I just like to, but I don't know. I don't know about.
Was she in the third one? Or she just brand new?
That's one thing. I like that they brought back some characters from the third one. You know, they of course got the deal, got the contract, got them on screen. That's nice to see. They go that far to do the continuity thing, but then they mess up the CGI, and that just gets under my skin.
I got you. I know. We know. The audience knows.
And it just felt like the movie was just do it because we need some money, and
We need some money.
and people will see this because it's Bad Boys.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it. Yeah,
I thought Will Smith was decent in the movie. You know what I
he
mean?
was good.
But the whole role switching was a little.
the panic attacks.
Yeah, the
I mean,
panic
that's kind of
attacks was a little bit weak.
You thought that was weak? It was a
a little weak. Maybe if I don't know.
I mean,
the whole I know you got a family to lose.
it's because he had someone to lose. That's what he
I
freaked
get
out
it.
about.
I get it.
yeah.
I enjoyed the.
It was interesting.
I enjoyed the flashback. That's one thing. I felt like there were a couple actors and actresses that just weren't doing it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in this movie.
They were kind of phoning it in, if you ask me. Like the scenes from the getting framed police guy.
The guy from the original Fantastic Four movie.
Fantastic Four.
No, he was Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't
that
like
guy.
him. He was a little bad acting.
I can't pronounce his last name.
Yeah, he hasn't been in
Grunhold or
nothing
something.
really.
It's been a while for that guy.
Didn't
yeah.
really like him, and then I didn't really like the wife, the daughter of the detective, and it just seemed like of the marshals, the
Marshals,
the U.S. Marshals.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't really like their characters.
Okay, sure.
They were just like, let's sprinkle that in there because family, and it's just like I understand the dynamic between the best friends and the boss. They know he's not dirty, but like they were just being like extra. Plus, the U.S. Marshal is going to be his wife. Plus, his hostage is going to be his daughter. It's just like now you're overdoing it.
Right. I think it was. I think that was his daughter and then his granddaughter. I think
something like that.
The blonde U.S. Marshal
like,
was his
sorry.
daughter.
Not
was the captain's daughter.
But yeah, I digress. Too much.
Sure.
Too much family. All the hostages.
There was a lot of
family.
stuff going on. It was. You need like a diagram.
It just seemed like copy paste hostage. Go in on the third act. We have your family.
What you think of the Marine's son?
That was a
like
good
20
scene.
people? Yeah,
that was a good scene. That was a good.
They made
scene.
it like a video,
and that was really him.
What do you mean?
All the way back from that's really the
kid?
same guy.
That's
the same one
Oh, wow.
from the famous scene where they're like grilling him because he's about to take him out to prom or whatever, and it has to be
What was that? The second one or the third one?
I forgot which movie. It might have been the second one. But
I
yeah,
can't
that's the
remember.
same
That
guy.
was like
And so that's
2003.
what I'm saying. Continuity with that. But then they mess up the CGI weapons.
You know, it makes me think the first one came out in 1995, I believe. This is a 20-year-old series.
Wow.
That is crazy.
All right, let's get into rewatchability. Rewatchability for me is going to be a 5. I might if it's going to go to a streaming platform, or if it's on because the other movies were on cable, I guess every now and then.
Sure.
I would maybe click on it and watch it, but that's about it for me.
Yeah, the number that pops in my head is probably 5, which is pretty good for me. That's a lot better than I thought it would be.
It just felt like this movie was made a little too late. A little bit of played out writing.
You think there's gonna be another one?
I hope not.
Probably
it just seems like they're getting
it's
a
kinda
little
like all wrapped
They're
up.
getting a little too old. Yeah,
He's 50.
Yeah,
he's 50
probably.
something in real life.
Dude, are they capable Are they? Yeah, sure.
It's getting a little lethal
but
weapony now.
getting a little bit. Come on, guys.
Too old for this.
A little bit too old. And I get it. People are living longer.
They should be like captains by now,
yeah,
or
exactly.
Or sergeants or
they
something.
Yeah, it would be interesting to
Desk job.
get some new characters and have them move up with promotions if you're going to make a fifth one. But the movie's got to stop being like Fast and the Furious. We don't need 10 movies of the same.
Interesting.
It's getting old.
End
it before it gets like what is the word I'm looking for?
Old, stale.
Like Fast and the Furious should have.
They really tried to get wacky with the camera action and like like first person view with the gun, like you're in a video game.
They tried something new.
I mean,
it didn't really work.
Nice try. It was it was cheesy to me. It was actually, there was a lot of visually annoying. Like my eyes. Like there was a part where they were in front of a fire and the fire was in the front of the shot and it was like making my eyes hurt. Okay. There was a lot of weird stuff, like too much visually was going on. Not to sound like an old fogey, but
they're trying to be cool, I guess.
Yeah, they really tried hard. And
the one thing I will say that I enjoyed were a few of the celebrity and rapper cameos. Those were funny.
Can we say who they were?
No, don't. Let's not ruin it.
We won't ruin that. One of them died hilariously.
Yeah,
he deserved it.
Yeah, I'll give y'all a hint. Another one. Okay, all right, that's all. Yeah, the movie was a swing and a miss for me.
But you gave it a 6, which is
I give it a 6
on the upper scale. I gave it a 6.5
only because of Martin Lawrence's jokes. That's really it.
The jokes. It was it was entertaining.
And and it's not foreshadowing, but like the
foreshadowing, fourth wall,
fourth wall breaking,
the smacking,
of the Will Smith situation, depending on if they made it after that happened, which would. I wish
that was maybe the climax of the movie when you think about it. Because like everything changed after that.
And I don't think a lot of people are going to catch on to that. So I'm glad I'm saying.
I mean, look, I missed it. Yeah. So I missed it. It was
your head.
Totally. I totally forgot about the Jada Pinkett Chris Rock thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget.
Never forget.
I don't know, but that's it. That's it. Sorry, Will Smith, if that was the
big fan.
Was not no more. Not
sorry.
Just.
No, you're not a fan after that.
A little cheesy.
I mean, he made a mistake. It was a weird situation.
His last 10 years has been a whole mistake.
I mean, dude, it's hard when you get older in Hollywood.
Trying
even for
to stay
men
relevant.
Too.
Their whole.
Well, he's trying.
We're talking about a whole other topic.
Sorry.
It's just sad how much they're clinging at relevancy. You know what I mean? It's just
look, man, it's hard.
Take your
the fact that he's still making big movies. He's been around for like 30 years. I mean, it's oh my God, that's right.
We're beating a dead horse.
I'm totally wrong.
We're beating a dead horse.
Did I say 20 years? It's 30 years almost, 29 years. Because the 90s, my math is, sorry, I apologize for my bad math. So it's 30-year-old franchise.
Bad Boys 1.
95 to 2024 is 30. It's 29 years.
Wow.
29 years. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Exactly. It's taken way too long to make 4 movies.
He must be 50-something.
Just end the movie.
Pushing 60. They're both like pushing 60, man.
Just stop while you're ahead. They should have stopped.
It's a nice wrapping up of the show.
Yeah. Bad Boys 3, they didn't really have to make that. Should have stopped there. Bad Boys 4, it's like, what are you going to make? Keep on making them. It's like Tropic Thunder, where they're just like constantly making like 7, 8, 9 with Ben Stiller as like the action hero.
Look at it this way. If this movie is huge and it's
going to make money.
If it makes like like way expectations blown away, then they will make another one. That's just Hollywood right there.
That's sad.
But I don't see it making that much money. I don't see it being a big success. I think it's going to be okay.
We're going on 18, 19 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow. We're just
sorry, guys.
We just like to talk.
Thanks for staying with us this whole time. If you're still here.
I don't know. I need to get the analytics, but I'm sure people stop watching after just a few minutes. They're like,
no, you got to hold their attention. I don't know.
Maybe us giving the score in the first 2 minutes. They're like, that's all we wanted to hear.
Click off.
Yeah, 6 out of 10.
We got to like hold the the gunpowder. Keep our gunpowder dry. Whatever that saying is.
Keep
the powder dry.
Keep the punchline till the very end.
Yeah. Save the best for last or something. Give them what they want late at the end.
Bad Boys 4. What was the whole title, Mike?
Bad Boys Ride or Die. Bad. Yeah, I gotta look
gotta
at it
look
again.
it up.
That's
gotta look
bad.
it up.
That's
it's
a bad
not good.
sign.
I went to
Ride or Die.
Bad
Boys Ride or Die.
And I went to the bathroom because I was like, I don't really care.
Well, I held it till the very end, and I had to go pretty bad. So that says something. That's why I gave it a half point better.
You held it
a 6.5.
You held it for a 6.5.
If you had told me before, just looking at the previews, I had low expectations. It beat my expectations.
It was about where I thought
it beat my expectations. That's why I gave it.
I knew it was going to be entertaining. I knew there was going to be some funny jokes.
I thought I'd be rolling my eyes the whole time, but it was actually some good moments. So
There were
6.5.
There were some times where I was just like, I can't believe they made another one.
That's man. Every movie in Hollywood, every
yeah,
sequel.
Yeah. All right, guys. Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Mm-hmm.
I guess go see it.
I say go see it.
I guess.
If you like action films, if you like any of the Bad Boy movies, you'll like it.
I say wait for it to come out on streaming.
If you like Bad Boys, go enjoy the movie experience. Do it.
I guess it's only because nothing else is good out right now, and that's not what you want to say.
Still waiting for
that's
Deadpool, Wolverine. I guess that's what we're really waiting for.
That's the big draw.
End of July. Yeah.
All right, we just hit 20. Let's end it.
Cool.
All righty. See ya.
Mm-hmm.